Hey guys, Solus here. I'm back playing chess. Those who are astute will see that my elo is about 31 points lower than where we left off. Well, I played a few games. I deserve to lose the 31 points, and I don't think it's really the type of games that anyone really needs to see, unless we want a good laugh or anything. But yeah, so good heavens, I think you got too much mic on you. That's Ezra. That's my cat. She's a sweet baby. But yeah, let's back into Blitz, and hopefully I play better than I did yesterday. But can't always be at the top of our game, and can't say 1100 is a really consistent elo either. But yeah, let's hop into it and see where we can go. What we got going? Okay, first game with black. Guy here. Still sticking with Scandinavian vibes. I like just kind of. I've been trying to put my onto f5. My knight, my bishop. I think I'm gonna keep trying to do that. I don't have a lot of better ideas. I can actually just take this pawn. My king's not exactly weak right now, so I can just take the pawn. Now I'm up a pawn. Look at me go. There's no need to admire that threat at all. I can get my queen out and try and do some stuff there. Ezra, I need you to relax, okay? Okay? Ezra, I just need you to relax a tiny bit. That too much to ask. That's not a threat either. That just allows me to develop. Jesus, Ezra, get out of here! The big day for Ezra. Taking with the queen, no issue here. That's not a threat either. And honestly, I'm just gonna, oh, that's another pawn. It's not another pawn, no major threats. I'm gonna castle into the, I'm gonna threaten the knight. If the queen's gonna be big and mean, I'm gonna get rid of it. Do I want my king now? I could castle short. I could castle long, castle short. We'll go for castle short. Line that up. I thought they were gonna play that move. I get this tempo. They can actually defend. They chose not to defend. I'm gonna take with the knight so I can target the knight. Not worried about losing any pawns back right now because I'm up so much. That's not a threat because everything's defended, so I can just defend my pawn now. I feel a lot more lively than I was that pawn hanging, but I can give this check and kind of escape this way and still defend my pawn. I can just get in there with the rook, right? That can't be too bad. Can't be too bad on the second rank. I don't think I have any tactics or anything. But, ooh, I have ideas. I have at least some ideas. I don't have to lose any pawns, but I think I'm gonna continue this attack. Can I tempo the knight first? I'm gonna defend. I'm not feeling necessarily concerned. But I can do something that looks like this now. Pretty controlled along this diagonal. That doesn't do anything. So I'm going to push. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna try and dislodge this knight. They can take a handful of things. I'm gonna take the rook back first. And there's a resign. Man, that felt like a good game. Clearly, Stockfish was not the biggest fan. Ezra needs to chillax. I think we're okay for now. She's a big fan of attention. And not in the middle of chess. Busy. It's okay. Alright, she'll get attention later, I promise. That was good. I played the game. There's much to review. I don't have infinite reviews, so I'm not gonna let Stockfish tell me anything either. Nothing wrong with just playing the game. Alright. In these positions, I like to just get everything out as fast as possible. It's not they can take, I'm not concerned. I'll fire down. That's still not a threat. I'll at least try and deal with that this way. I'm castled, so I'm not fearful of anything. Attacking the queen, stopping the pawn. Where's the queen gonna go? Gonna get my rook off the diagonal at least. That's not something I want to deal with. I can push and fight back against that bishop. Need to escape with my knight. I still have this. That only just... There's a tactic. I'll have to play... Ooh, I don't know what I'm gonna do for that. I'll keep the bind on the center. Letting them in doesn't feel like the greatest idea. Something here. I don't see any great... Ooh, actually, I might have something there. If I take the knight with the bishop, I can grab another pawn. They let me, so I'll do that. And I can kind of cycle back and try and go there, dislodge that pawn. This bishop's gonna feel pretty weak for a moment. But it's not the most fancy. There's no like discoveries that really matter. I feel generally okay. Got a decent amount of space. Up on again. That generally feels good. I can't be too mad about that. Again, they let me. There's no pins on the position, so I'll go up 2 pawns and attack the queen. If I go here, I can try and create some stuff, free my pawn. Yeah. I'll attack this knight. It'd be nice if there was a skewer there, but... Oh, that's gonna be an undefended pawn as well. Yeah, but then I can pin. Is there a discovery? It's on my queen. It's not a check. There's a fork as well. I think the fork and everything else is a bit more dangerous, so I'm gonna go for taking that. I'm not under like major pressure or anything. I target the queen, go back and defend that. So ended up just trading another pawn. I don't want to play on the light squares, but I can double down and put pressure on that. I got P. Last time I pushed the P, it was not good. There's a bit of a fork to go for if they let me, and if they take my knight, I target this pawn. I don't know if they're gonna value that bishop. Occasionally I jump so hard. Look, sometimes the capture noises are terrifying. That's fair. Where do I want my queen? What time do I have? A minute and a half? I'm fine. Get my queen a little closer to the king. Start playing around there a bit more. I don't exactly want to leave too much to be desired. I'm gonna want to start pushing this pawn, so maybe having the queen behind it better. I also want to keep the rook infiltration to a minimum. It doesn't feel like it targets anything. I can trade off the rooks if I'm scared. I can trade off the rooks if I'm scared. Fight back for control of the file. I got control of the file. I'd love to just stack my rooks together. I don't have that luxury at the moment. What about push? Do I have the option? Surely I can put pressure. I see that being a problem. Probably should have doubled my rooks to make it less of a threat. I'll have to drop back. They go for it. Yes, I see one of the vibes of all time. I'm gonna drop back, I think. Oops, can't drop back. That'll hang the pawn. I can play that. Keeps the rook from helping. It weakens this pawn, but not too sightly on how they're gonna work on that. If I need to, I can always slide my rook behind. If I get the time, I can put it in front. That. Ooh. I also have a queen though, and I can also block it, which would be kind of funny. I also have a queen. All right, queen's on the board. Scary, quite scary. I think having my queen on this diagonal is better anyway. That loses nothing. That loses a rook. That loses a rook if they find the tactic. It still does some stuff. I don't want to. I'm panicking because I'm low on time. I can't play that. I can't play that. Here. 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 I don't know what threat that's gonna make. That's fine. That feels pretty tasty. Oh man, got a little on time. Ooh. Oh man, I held it together until the timer ran out. Oh, the stress of it all. Uh, a minute. Whew. Stress of it all. I definitely held it together, and oh man, I was losing it. I was losing it. Okay. I don't know. Where's the button for that? Self-announce. The little off-center. This button. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's not working. Oh, there it is. Here's the board. I want to know. There was a move in here. Very drawish here. Right when I played this. Yep. loses a rook. Oh man. Yeah, queen takes d3, and if I take back, I lose my queen. They're just up a rook at that point. That sucks. Before I made that move, though, the evaluation was real strong. This is where I feel like I started to lose it. What was I supposed to play? C3, just continue the bind. C3 is top. Rook e5. Just pulling back so I can go there. Is that rook e5, queen e2, okay, 2. Okay, 2. No, that's c3, rook a2. All right. Man, I had a fair position. I blundered it. They blundered it back pretty harshly. They want me to play queen c7. Oh, they just wanted me to get more out of there. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then yeah, just plus 8.6 for king h7. Queen takes d7. They wanted to take the rook just to get rid of the fact that I'd promote to a queen. This is, yeah, that's crazy. And then obviously rook takes d7 to reapply the threat. What do you do? Rook d4 to block. Rook takes d4, and then I can grab this pawn on the way out. Yeah. Crazy. Mate in 11 from the final position. All right. I think I chilled out a little bit. I'm ready for the next game. Let me put this back. Have all the space in the world. Here, I don't know what to do with it. All right. New game. Let's see if we can get back to 1100. That'd be pretty nice. I'd have to. We're gonna play the game. We're gonna do what they call playing the game. I don't know why I'm such a fan of playing a4 here instead of knight f6. I don't know the board. Usually play a4 here, but let's just play regular principles. They want that knight. I don't. There's no like tactics or anything. I can develop. I can have that knight and open my queen. Doesn't work. I'm just gonna develop. I think everything's fine here. If I can get my bishop out here, I'll push for d4. But I just gotta play the game. Not think about it too much. The Sicilian doesn't have to be scary. Doesn't have to be, but man, am I a wuss. That is, I don't know much about the Sicilian, but feel like they tried for something and it's just not gonna go the way they want it. Big powerful bishop. They can counterattack my bishop. I'll back up in a way if they push back. Can I just go for this off the bat? There is a counterattack on my queen, but they'll have to sack the knight for it. I could push. Yeah, my bishop's defended, so attacking my queen is not really a threat. I'll just take it and be up the piece. This is why pinning yourself is a bad idea. Here delays the inevitable. If they take, you know, I might be a fool, but I don't know why I didn't think of that first. They should just take. If they do take, the counterattack is pretty strong. So if they do take, I'll probably just try to dislodge the bishop. Man, I am so jumpy. I'm so jumpy. I am what they call a scaredy cat. I'll castle, and I shouldn't castle short. We'll see what a long castle gets me. That's, yeah, not my favorite choice that I've just made in recent time, but it's there. Position's gonna open pretty harshly. I want bishop to take. Can't force that to. So let's get rid of the bishop. Just chop it. I'm gonna go for nothing. Just gonna kind of bring my rook to the center. Pressure on that pawn. This bishop's really stuck. Might be able to capitalize on that. If I put my queen there, then when the knight takes back, I can check. Oh, they don't even want the possibility. Here. Here. Sure. I have enough pieces, I think. I have enough pieces. Blow up the center. King safety is a problem. I should probably get the queens to stop existing at some point. But unfortunately, my opponent did not play like a complete buffoon. They had to think a really long time to take the pawn. That's about the only benefit that I got out of that. My bishop being here is kind of nice. I can drop it back to act as a pawn. Not the best idea. Opponent's using a decent amount of time. Queens are off the board, and what do I do here besides this? I'm not at. Can I do something that looks like this? Dropping it back. It's plenty defended. Get rid of that bishop. Oh, that trapped the bishop. Oh, it's pinned. But I can take with the rook. Yeah, that gets me the bishop. Wholesale. Well, so let's think. Let's unpin. Well, this can't be just getting the king to go forward. I gotta put a close on that. Trade off some pawns, have a good time. I don't want them to get their rooks together too well. Don't want them barreled up against me. So something like this could be a little concerning, but I just unpin. I could get my rook here. No, that doesn't do anything. I thought about that. Kind of wanted it to happen. Does this work? Is that mate? That's mate! Too brave. Too brave. Too brave. Rook on the second rank OP. Opponent too brave. I don't know why I needed to be in. I don't need to be here. That blundered mate. That was a strict blunder of mate. There's no way. I'm the coolest guy in town, okay? I'm the best. 2 more games and I could be back into 1100. Oh man, just gotta play good chess. Good chess. That was a game. That was one of them. All right, what kind of Vienna do we get today? I am supposed to develop here. Just develop. Striking back. You know, I'm not actually fully conscious of. Oh, so, okay. I definitely don't want to give them the development. So I think I'm just gonna play here. And okay. Question I have is what to do with all my pieces. They certainly are pieces. Could I take? I'm getting kind of lost. I'm getting moderately lost in some of the sauce. I don't want them to bind. I'll probably want to castle the other way. Let's get my bishop out. I don't want it trapped behind this wall. I want it to at least be able to do something. So we'll do this. We'll just keep developing and get about our day. Let's just get about our day. Also helps keep that away. I'm ending up in this London structure, and I wonder how that'll help us in the future. This gonna happen? Ooh, excuse me. So I take the bishop because it's hanging. Oh. So I take the bishop because it's hanging, and then I castle. There's attacking opportunities here, but I got all my pieces developed. So like, what now? I hung a fork. I hung a fork. All right, fine. Definitely don't want them to notice, but they're taking long enough to think that I think they will. There's attacking opportunities and there's a fork on the board. Is this check dangerous? Okay, so just screw the bishop. That would be nice, and I think they see that it's nice. Do I risk the fork again? Well, they have to take back, right? Or else I'm just getting a piece. Because I can get out of there with check and stuff. Or at least something can happen. I think I'm gonna take. Now I'm going to get out of the fork threat. And yes, but like that didn't. They get a pawn and a new fork. Okay, I found something. I found something to redeem myself. It's gonna put my queen in a corner on the other side of the board. But I think they have to acknowledge that threat. Oh, they could just play. Okay, but I'll eat as well. Don't know. I could have counter. I'm gonna take the full loss of the rook. Do I do this? Is this a good idea? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh, they just... Okay, well that's not what I anticipated. This is fine then. Have ways in. That didn't hang anything good on me. Have ways in, which could be nice. They have ways to defend. They can bring a rook in, help bulldoze the position. I think if they're not careful, I'm fine. Yes, I see it. I believe it. But I'm not threatened by it. They'll want to play the queen there and threaten me. I'll come back and defend the pawn. Okay. Like, I see their ideas, goals, and aspirations. They're definitely viewing a fair bit better than I am because they just have easier moves to make. Yes, but then it just doesn't matter. I need the queen on the board, but they'll checkmate me if I don't give them the respect. They'll trade off the rooks. I'll have to like pray for a fork later in the game. I'm attacking the queen, so the queen has to move. That doesn't really bother me. We'll threaten the rook because why should you live? That would be okay. No fork yet. I don't have like the pawns. My moves are relatively easy now, but like they're not great either. I think they're just playing the game because they can. Just don't move your king. Oh, they timed out. All right, went on time. Yeah, I was down material, but I was just going to try and dislodge this knight and go for this fork. They probably weren't going to let that stay, but oh, fork's a fork. And if I needed to, I probably could have pushed this pawn to see if I could get the rook to move anywhere useful. But yeah, well, let's try to get one more game down. Get above 1100. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Dash. And dash. Keep the pin and I'll play that now. What we want to see is this, and something of the sort. Just gonna go back. I'll go back. Make sure that changes. knight's hanging. It's got to move. Oh, you really wanted the bishop. Huh? All right. Here. Let's develop. I don't have to castle one way or the other yet. This would be the move I want to go for. What in the world is going on there? Were they trying to activate another pin with the bishop? I could have just taken it back. Like that pin. Oh no. I guess I'm going here. This isn't looking like it's gonna shape up to be an amazing game. It's not gonna be easy. Kind of doing the thing where okay, I see the threat. It's not a... I'll just go back. I'll keep using the diagonal. I want this bishop though. Oh, the bishop's actually forcibly traded. Oh, it can go backwards? That's lame. I don't want to lose to a dumb discover threat. So let's just get out. Bring my rook and castle. This person's gonna be pretty rough. I don't see any major problems. Just gonna castle. We can build up, I'll drop back. They'll take, shoot. Oh wait, and I'll take. That's the power of a knight. The power of a knight to just be so calm, cool, and collected. You can probably push. Bludge the bishop. Push. I see space grabbing being important here. Yeah. But that's hanging. That leads into this. Yeah. So they're opening up their king a lot. I plan to make that my benefit. Go here. Bishop now or later? Need to prepare a move a bit better. Screw it. Let's not think. Let's just get out of here and keep doing our job of getting it. We're gonna send a huge kingside attack. I'm gonna try not get befuddled by it. It's a lot of thinking. Being up a minute and a half on the clock feels like it's a pretty solid opportunity. This isn't the perfect plan. Okay, they're gonna try and double the rooks and do a bunch of stuff. What if I just like tear everything open and don't let them? I can't just like go for it. I can try. I'll improve my knight's position. Or at least I'm gonna call it improving my knight's position. I don't think there's much I can do with pushing these pawns right now. That threatens a fork. Yes. I did hang a pawn. But they're low on time. I'm gonna let them roost in that fact that they just don't have the ability to do anything. That's cute. I don't think they're going to be able to think for the next amount of time. I do have to lose a pawn back. Kinda lame. I forgot to push my king forward. Okay. I know. I'm like big loser now. They're up too much material. That's the wrong move. Yeah, that's a big resign. Oh. Not a good game. Oh, we tried our best though. And frankly, that dang, I don't. We'll game review that one because I don't know that I could have done much better. I think the knight trade really ruined me. Oof, it started going bad here because of the pawn. That one makes sense, whatever. That's the best move. King activity was what they missed. Oh, it was to get rid of the weakness before it could be capitalized on. Mistake, inaccuracy, 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 and I lost my extra pawn, and to the back rank was the way to go, and alright, that's fair. Well, we did climb back from pretty low, and so gotten 20 some points. Well, thanks for joining me, and keep climbing.